Hey, folks. Right, let me check and see if... Yep, everything looks to be okay. Let me bust open music. It's the one thing I forgot to open. It's a bit too bright. No, it should be okay. Oh, God. All right, it's going to get very annoying very quickly. I'm going to take this jacket off. Where is music? There. That should be loud enough. I'm gonna wait for it to kick in properly before I start my spiel. Oh, yeah, that's completely fine. If anything, I might have to turn it down later on. But yeah, we're carrying on with flower stuff today as per usual. I can't do two projects at once. One day I will, but this time is not that time. Certainly on stream anyway. Uh, But yeah, got a good amount of work done on Tuesday. I was gonna stream yesterday, but I woke up super late and had a bunch of work to do, so yeah, that didn't happen. I'm gonna go for a couple hours today, maybe a little less. I'm gonna finish the Cortex blooms and then start on something else, and then call it there. And I will aim to stream again tomorrow at some time. Probably around this kind of time. I'll probably go for a bit longer as well. I guess sort of get as much work done as I can. So yeah, last time I made, what was it? It was the it was the kelp angler. Where is it? It's here? Nope, it's here. Here we go. Yeah, made the kelp angler, and then I started on the Cortex blooms. Oh, I forgot to click. Which are mind flayer plants, basically. I'm going to make a bunch of different subtypes of Cortex blooms. I want to make at least two more. One to represent the big pitcher plant. Yeah, it's sort of like some classic, or maybe not classic monster archetypes, because these are barely mobile plant creatures, but something like that at the very least. Right, so I want to make sort of a CR. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong page. There we go. Right. I want to make a sort of CR5 kind of zone Cortex bloom, in a similar sort of vein to this one, but with maybe one extra ability. I know one of the things I suggested on Tuesday was that not all of the Cortex blooms can reproduce with their mind spore, and some of them have different things they do with their mind spore, which I'm tempted to follow through on. I think. I feel like the Cortex pitcher should be the one that mind spores you and mind controls you, and maybe it can also reproduce as well. But I want a middle groundy one, the Cortex pitcher's the big one. That's the maybe not the big one, but it is, it's at least CR10, maybe more. Maybe it's even legendary. But I might save an even higher CR, I don't know, Cortex something. I need to let's look for flower terms. That's probably a good starting sort of angle to go at this from. Just need to open up my CR calculator as well. There we go. Florist terminology or floral terminology. Nope, that is florist. No, I don't want floristry. I want flower terminology. Glossary of flower terminology. Here we go. Oh wow, yeah, that's it's very long. Um, oh, right, okay. I'm trying to because I think I've explained this before, but I have a desk lamp. It is right here. Over there. And because I have so little room on this desk, the lamp, basically what it does is it shines onto the screen. So there's a big patch of glare in one portion of my screen here. I have to scroll around to try and read what the fuck it is I'm looking at. I'm looking at redoing this whole office sort of space that I've got. In a few months' time, get a new desk and shit. So I this desk is great. Strong recommend to anyone anywhere. Get a corner desk. Who needs armrests when the desk is your armrests? Is your armrest. You always just have it. I don't have nasty ass fucking big old cysts in here and the joints in my wrist, because I always have an armrest that's level with all the things that I'm doing all the time. It's good shit. Oh. No. Just looking at flower terms and just seeing what they mean. Yeah, none of them really Ooh, okay, right. That's a term. There's a rhizome is it's kind of the logical opposite of a root. I don't know if that analogy really works, but basically where a plant grows like a stick, a thing out of it, usually underground, that then sprouts into another smaller plant that's like a child plant, as it were, but they're still the same plant, I think. Which is interesting as a monster concept, but I don't fucking know what that actually means. I guess it would kind of be like an Oblex sort of situation where it makes little clones of itself. Let me Google see if rhizome has any other definitions, because I feel like I've seen it in another context before. Nope, I might be thinking of a similar word like ribosome. I don't know. I'm just making up words at this point. And something like rhizome is a word I know. Either way. So a Cortex. No rhizome. A Cortex rhizome? Yeah, we'll call it a Cortex rhizome. We will make it a medium plant. Cortex bloom. I have an idea. Cortex rhizome. Right, so let's look at strength. We'll make it slightly weaker with the same dexterity. And probably the same constitution too. Like a 15 or something. And then we will give it probably better intelligence, I think. So this thing is CR 5. Let's take a look at CR5. How much does that give you? It's 1800. I'll take off one of these. There we go. Yeah. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to give this guy. Let's copy that up to there. Yes. 60. 60, 60. Oh, I overwrote the. There we go. So let's make them more intelligent. Let's go 17, 14. Let's keep the charisma the same for now, anyway. Intelligence, that's plus. No, I can't do basic math. Okay. Int whiz. Should we give it perception proficiency? Now we'll keep it as is for now. I'm going to have it not have multi-attack. It's just not going to have it. It's going to have a Psychic Lash. There's a melee. Is it melee spell? Melee spell attack. $30 feet. Right, I need to look at two monsters here. I need to look at the Oblex. Okay, right. I'm going to give this thing a constitution. I'm going to give this thing a better con. I'm going to give it 18. Oh, shit. 18 con. Um, let's go 15. Natural AC 15. So that's 12 psychic damage. Oh, I should probably give the saving throw a DC. That would help. DC is 14. DC 14 intelligence must succeed on DC 14. So yeah, the mind flayers will stick their little tadpole guys in anything, and sometimes it goes wrong. In fact, usually it goes wrong. Actually, for them, it generally goes very poorly for them. No, that's a misinterpretation. It sometimes goes very poorly for the mind flayers, but it usually goes okay. The mind flayers are a very self-destructive people, as it were. Mind flayers just like it's mind flayers. They have such impressive body horror, but there's just like knowing anything about mind flayer lore just destroys their like any horror they might behold, because they just constantly do the goofiest shit and make the worst possible decisions. It's actually quite funny. But yeah, these are Cortex blooms. They put spores in your mind that grow from like just a thought into a plant that, you know, explodes out of your skull, which is I mean, that's bad. We don't want those. I like Elder Brain Dragons, or Brain Stealer Dragons as well. I kind of prefer Brain Stealer Dragons from the older editions. They're a little cooler. They're a lot cooler as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I think yeah, the Elder Brain Dragons were like reasonably interesting stat wise. I just thought there could have been more to them. But I think that's just the problem with Fizzbarns in general. All the monsters in Fizzbarns are just kind of bland and not very good. There's a few cool monsters in Fizzbarns, but they're few and far between. The rest of them are just like cookie cutter trash. I reckon the Big B book on the Giants is going to be just as bad. There already is one. It's the Mind Witness. It is actually quite cool. There's the Mind Witness. There's a Roper Mind Flayer, but it's literally just a Roper. Like, there's nothing interesting about it. Let me see what other. There's the Neolithids, but that's like, we left our tadpoles for too long, and now one of them has turned into a gigaworm. Generally, it's a big a whoopsie, as it were, from the Mind Flayers. They're not very smart. Illithid monsters. Here we go. Brain Stealer Dragons. Mind Witnesses. What's a Mozgricken? Oh, it's just a gnome. That's not interesting at all. Oh, there's the Ukulon, which are like Chul Mind Flayers, which are kind of cool. There is the Orophion, the Cranium Rats. Yeah, the Orophion is, I mean, that's just a fucking Roper. Oblaxes, Brain Golems, Intellect Devourers, whatever a Mind Worm is. A Nerve Swimmer. That's cool. Oh, living instruments of torture and interrogation. You know what? That makes sense. I wouldn't want a little worm in my nervous system. That seems bad. That's a big worm. Big. Oh yeah, there's also like the undead. Like there's. Oh yeah, there's the vampiric mind flayers. They're actually quite cool. They're like crazy, like cuckoo mind flayers that are, just, you know, filled with unceaseless hunger. on. Right, let's... Intelligence saving throw. Psychic bonds. Let me look at entangle. That works. I like that. Right, so let's go bonus actions. Rhizome split. Rhizome the Cortex bloom extrudes a rhizome of glowing purple energy. On to an occupied space. You can see within 30 feet of it. Wait, hang on. Is there? Because I think the word for like a rhizome in a plant where they sprout up a second one, it has like a really stupid name. Yeah, they're called suckers. We're not calling them that. That's dumb. Oh, a stolon is above ground and a rhizome is underground. Oh, no. Isn't a stolon where two plants linked? I can't remember. Rhizome is a cooler word. We're using that instead. We'll call them offshoots. Now I also need to look at treants, because treants have an ability that's a lot like this as well. and they have intelligence and charisma scores of 1. You know, let's just make them small. They lack this bonus action. Now let's look at the Oblaks. I also need to look at the Silver Tongue, the Occult Silver Tongue. The obeys the Cortex Bloom's commands. So they're small, they lack this bonus action. The Cortex Bloom takes that damage instead. Wait, no, let's not do that. Hang on. Let's look at Ochre Jellies. They have something like this. Small. Where's the Oblex? It's the Oblex has the thing I want. Psychic Rhizome. That is immune to damage. I like this a lot. I'm going to need to put paragraph breaks in this because it's just a big wall of text at the moment, but I'll fix that in a minute. The object dies when it's reduced to 0 points or when the rhizome is severed. Cortex Bloom takes 20 psychic damage. You know this? I'm gonna boost the CR of this thing, so I have more like wiggle room to make this thing as like brutal as possible. I'm gonna make this thing CR 7. So I like this thing a lot actually. This is very cool. I can afford to stick more damage on this now, which I will do. That's 14 points of damage. Right. Some power crop breaks in this thing. Okay, right. I need one more ability. Let's grab multiple heads. Well, it has at least one offshoot. Has advantage on saving throws, being blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, stunned, and knocked unconscious. Right, let me look at Ettins, because I think Ettins have a slightly more robust version of this feature. It has advantage on wisdom, perception checks, and on saving throws against being bonuses. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I think I'm about to run out of space. I need to put in one more sentence. Fuck. I reckon... Okay, there we go. And offshoot also gains these benefits. There we go. Oh. Right. So it has 15 AC. Oh yeah, I like this thing a lot. This thing's very cool. 15. It's medium. It has an 18 constitution. Right. So damage-wise, this thing can feasibly have 4 of these attacks because it has its rhizomes that can do it too. Oh shit! I just realized one thing I missed from the ability. Okay. Right, hang on. Be restrained by psychic bonds. Okay, there we go. I've earned myself another sentence. Fuck. This close. It's close. Fuck. Oh, god damn it. Okay. Shit. Okay, right, I know what we're gonna have to do. So frustrating when this happens. Wait, what? Hang on. Okay, no. Okay, that's weird. Oh, no. I know why that's doing that. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, right. I don't know that dead space there. Let me try something here. Yeah, that looks better. It just means that, hang on. Yeah, I reckon we can get a good amount of text in there. I'll futz with the actual layout another time. I'm not like gonna care too much about this now. Right, either way, I need to get this thing hit points. It has 4, so 4 14s, 4 4s is 16, that's 56. With plus 6 to hit. CR 8. So I guess we just tone this down a bit because it does get a lot of these attacks. Let's go back to a D8. Let's go back to 12. 12 times 4 is 48. There we go. CR7. Right. This thing needs to be tanky, like big time. It does have advantage against like some conditions, but I don't think that's particularly relevant to CR. Like yeah, it has resistance to a number of somewhat common conditions, but like not every party is going to have that. I don't think we should factor that into CR much at all. How many hit points does CR7 creature meant to have? Like 160. I guess we'll shoot for that. Oh, we're getting there. Oh, yeah, 161, 19d8 plus whatever 4 times 19 is. 76. That seems good to me. Because this thing needs to be like big and bulky because it makes these clones of itself that need to have like a good amount of hit points. Oh, I should also specify that when it reduces your hit points, when the rhizome when the offshoot dies, the Cortex bloom takes. Okay. Yeah. This thing is very cool. I am a fan of this thing. The only issue I now have is I want to make the Cortex pitcher. The problem being that that's also going to be one of these big like dudes, and I don't have enough to write about to fill another half page, because the Cortex picture has the benefit of like, I think it's this guy. Yeah, like that I can fill half a page with that, no problems. You know, like that's very easy to do. I can't so much do that. I don't have art for this guy. I can't get art for this guy. Not without having AJ make art for it, which wouldn't be in the same style, and it would look kind of odd to have like these two, like the two plants. There's another one of these. I won't bother opening it up. There's one for basically the Cortex sprout or the main Cortex bloom. Having two pieces of art that are very clearly drawn by this guy, Dean Spencer, and then having one that's drawn, even if AJ could like reasonably well replicate the art style, which she probably could, it would take an unreasonable amount of work to copy it one or bit for bit, and that's kind of stupid. So I will work something out though. I'll fill the space with something. Fun stock art or something. Like some sort of simple concept stock art or what have you. Oh, cool! I can just do that now. It's a lot less dead space. So, all right. Maybe the Cortex picture can go long ways. I'm not gonna bank on that. But I think maybe it can. Maybe. Yeah, the Cortex rhizome is super dangerous because it can just like restrain you. It's the DC isn't crazy high, but it is an int save. And int saves, that's pretty high. I'm gonna go for about an hour. Okay. I didn't expect that to take that long, but it was worth it. It's cool. There's a lot of like making this ability work exactly how I wanted it to. And yeah, it was worth it. Right. Let's just grab the basic Cortex bloom. Oh shit! I just collapsed. Where did I do it? Oh, there. There we go. I really wish that wasn't a feature in Homebrew. Like I never want to do that. I've never wanted to. Like, there's a lot of programming things have these, like, oh, you can collapse big sections of them. It's like I've only ever done it maybe once before. I guess that's because the only times I ever program, I program in Python, and Python is like forces you to be. It's literally like the syntax of Python is write tidy looking code, because indentations are like 80% of the language. That's probably a gross overestimation, but you understand my point. So a Cortex picture, is that I assume that's how you spell picture. Yes. Oh damn, I just looked at picture plants and they do look, they even have handles. It's not like they're little, they even have handles. I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know that. Your little handles. That's really cool. Oh, well, that's terrifying. Carnivorous plants have a taste for salamanders, scientists find. Like, insects are kind of at, like, the lowest bracket of, like, you know, this thing is alive. You know, that is an animal. You know, obviously plants, step below that. Probably a few more steps. Like insects and mollusks and things like that. And then you sort of get, like, maybe, like, arthropods. And then you get, like, lizards. Probably several steps. You get, like, lizards and reptiles and amphibians and shit. Maybe amphibians are below lizards, to be perfectly honest. They're very stupid. But, I mean, they kind of all, they both are. They're both very stupid. They're weird. They're little lizard brains. They're strange lizard brains. But, like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, a plant that, like, eats insects. That's kind of weird and creepy, but, like, it's not, you know, like, it doesn't sound like an affront to nature, you know? Like, nature's kind of brutal sometimes. But it's like, you get that next step up on, like, the sapience ladder, or the sentience ladder, I guess, in this case, and it starts to become like a, maybe this thing is an affront to all that is good. That's terrifying. A little salamander, a little funny guy, little dubious little fella. I don't know, a salamander's dubious. Put some salamanders in the chat if they're dubious. I don't know. I'm going to think of a funny goof, and I have paid the price dearly. Right, a Cortex picture. Blind sight, yes. Hella blind sight. Now, this thing is a large plant. It is neutral evil. Now, strength, stat-wise, I'm going to give this thing 20 strength. I'm going to give it 7 dexterity. They're slowly getting faster, guys. And slowly. 20 feet of speed. We're going to ditch the climb speed because they're a bit too big to be climbing around now. They stay on the ground, these guys. Also saves me some more fucking space. Right. Constitution, let's go 19 plus 4. Let's go 18 plus 4. Intelligence, 8. Wisdom, 7. Oh, shit. I forgot I can do that on here as well. Because they can't be blinded or deafened anyway. actually save any space. It's fine. Oh, does it in the long way though? No, not at all. Well, not in any way that matters, that's for sure. Right. I have a feeling this stream is just going to be making the Cortex blooms. Because these guys are like, it's always the monsters that have like the weird wacko effects that end up being like actually quite difficult to design. Which I guess makes sense given everything. So let's give them a hypnotic aroma. What's DC 16 wisdom saving throw or become charmed? Uses all its movement on its turn. It's like a hypnotic pattern. There we go. Let me look at dissonant whispers. No, I'm thinking of it's like as a spell by the safest possible means. It's just compulsion to it. Shit, I'm trying to think. There's a spell or an effect that something has that's like it moves via the safest possible means to its destination, and I can't fucking think of what it is. Normally when I'm doing this kind of thing, I have Joe like in my ear as a sounding board for me to ask a question, and either I will find it as I ask him the question immediately, or he will guess something that's either exactly what I'm looking for or so close to it that it leads me to the right answer. Shit. We'll go safest possible means for now. So move towards the Cortex balloon by the safest possible means. Shake the creature out of its stupor. Let me look at Adult Red Dragon. No, not Adult Red Dragon Lich, that probably works too, but whatever, who cares? Oh, I put that in the wrong place. It goes there. Yeah, there we go. I want to double guy now. I mean, to be fair, the Mind Spot, I don't think I'm going to give this thing the Mind Spot. I'm going to go do something else. Cortex blooms. Hypnotic aroma for the next 24 hours. I do like that it's other than psychic damage, which is super brutal, but I do kind of like it. So, Psychic Lash. Yeah, it's reach 60. It's gonna fucking get you. Oh. Right, makes 3 Psychic Lash attacks, reach 60. Let's go 2d8 plus 4, so that's 13 psychic damage. That's a thing I can change. Yoink. Ooh. Wait, no. Ooh. Hmm. I'm gonna finish making this swallow attack. I'm gonna go take a break. Oh, I think Behirs have more or less this. It's not quite what I want, but it'll do. It's the right kind of CR as well, so I'll snag it. Ignore that. I'll see if I can fix it in a minute. Yeah, let's make it an attack. Why not? A DC 16. Okay, yeah, no, I am out of space. How much did the Bahia do? 66. So let's go 46. 4 through 14. The creature is stunned until the end of its next turn. And it's not stunned to Cortex, we have only one creature spell at a time. Cortex Bloom. Blah, 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 blah. Become a fully grown Cortex Bloom after 1d4 days. Well, I guess I need to give it some other abilities because that's a big block of empty text. But I will come back to that in a minute because I want to take a break. I want to go get a drink because I'm out of tea and I want more. So, yeah, I'm going to make some. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Probably less than that, to be honest. But yeah, I'll be back shortly. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I myself some tea, perform some spinal attempt at aligning. I probably failed, to be perfectly honest. I imagine my spine is fucked. But yeah, so we're gonna press on now. That's a big block of white space. This thing needs another ability. I don't know what that is. So yeah, we're gonna work that one out. We could just give it Mind Spore, but like, I think it's more interesting that it just fucking eats you and is like, yep, sorry, pal, you are trapped, you are imprisoned. Like, getting stunned and taking like 46 psychic. Hell, fuck it, we're gonna go all the way. 66 psychic damage, fuck you. You fucking beansed, mate. You fucking rolled. Yeah, the more I design of these things, the more I like them. I think they're really cool. I'm very glad I did this. But right, so Psychic Lash, Swallow, Hypnotic Aroma, Creature Sense. Oh, none of these guys have recharge ability. Let's give this guy a recharge ability. Let's give him Cortex Blast. Oh, I know exactly how to. I know exactly what it's going to be. I'm gonna call it Synaptic Blast because it's going to be Synaptic Static because that spell's really good. Like it's a spell that. It's a 5th level spell that has equivalent damage to Fireball that is actually worth casting over Fireball because its secondary effect is really good. Like Synaptic Static is actually legit. It's very fun. Looks like end of psychic energy in a 30-foot radius around it. You don't know, fuck it will frazzle the mind of like a slug anyway. I keep forgetting to put DC. I've been designing like subclass stuff for my home game in the background. I've been redesigning Blood Hunter for my home game because man, Blood Hunter is fucking ass. It's like there's so many parts of it that are like this close to actually being good, and they just aren't. They just suck. And I didn't do it on stream just because like, you know, I wanted to get it done in like a reasonably swift amount of time as opposed to like over many weeks. And also I'm doing this right now, but it also revolves around a mechanic I have in my home game, which I love, is bleeding as a condition. I use it a lot. I've given it to a lot of classes. It is very good. It makes combat faster, it makes combat more dangerous for characters that would normally just be basically, you know, characters that are just like, oh, I can take damage, who cares? You know, you never have to care about taking damage because you take so little, like barbarians and things like that. Bleed makes barbarians scared of taking damage. Or at least means that they often don't have a lot of health. Like friend of mine is currently playing a 17th level barbarian, and he's still scared of being attacked by a creature that inflicts a lot of bleeding, because basically the way it works is you get inflicted with bleeding. Every turn you lose that much health at the start of your turn. Now, very important is that it is not damage. It is loss of health rather than damage. Those are, by Magic the Gathering standards at the very least, they are different things. Damage causes loss of life. Loss of life is not damage, or not necessarily caused by not necessarily damage. You lose life as a result of damage rather than simply losing life. And bleed can stack, and it doesn't stack down. You have to spend an action, or someone does, to staunch the bleeding, which is a DC. If you have multiple sources of bleeding, you use the lowest DC. It's kind of like grapple, where you have to use an action. So it'll basically say, a creature that on a hit, the creature takes damage, whatever amount, and starts bleeding. 1d4 staunch DC equal 2. And generally the staunch DC is like 8 plus the creature's proficiency bonus, or if it's a player inflicting it, you use whatever relevant DC they have. Or if it's a spell inflicting it, you use their spell save DC. Bleed is really fucking good. It is fantastic. I think it's of all the little mechanics I've put in my home game, bleed is by far, I think, the most successful of all of them, because it's just become a part of the game now that everybody is even people who, people in my group who play a lot of base D&D 5e, completely just bleed is just a thing now, and it's like a thing you have to be aware of. It's a thing players can do, it's a thing monsters can do, and it is dangerous. You have to, a lot of the time, yeah, you can muscle through bleed. You can take the risk. Just if we can kill them fast enough, I won't have to spend my turn to stop myself from bleeding the fuck out. But bleed is dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. I guess it should be let's just steal the text altogether. Oh, fuck, it's done this now. Ah, oh, piss. Oh, I'll fix it in a minute. Right, go like this and like this. Oh, I did the wrong way. Oh shit, that's not good. There we go. Okay, right, that's fine. That's fine. It's not a big deal. That is a scary creature. That's a big scary boy. Let's see our testing. See how big and scary he actually is. What's the time? Right, it's 10 past 4. I do want to make a big a Cortex super ultra guy, like a CR17 or something crazy. I think I am gonna. I guess it shouldn't be more. It shouldn't be stronger than like an Elder Brain. Probably shouldn't be stronger. What's an Elder Brain? CR14. You know what? I kind of like the idea of the Mind Flayers fucking up so badly that they make direct competition to themselves. Do I make Mind Flayers inherently goofier by making it so they fucked up so badly they made a race of creatures that are, like, more powerful than them? I kind of want to do that. Yeah, I really want to do that. I'm going to do that. That's really funny. Right, I was CR testing this thing. I completely just, like, lost my train of thought for a second there. Oh, I haven't given this thing an AC yet. What's the AC of this guy? 15? We'll stick with 15. That seems fair. And what's the con like? It's got 19 con. Cool. Okay. Bonus to hit. I guess DC is the thing that really matters here. It has DC 16. Its bonus to hit is like... Wait, I'm looking at the wrong guy. Yeah, I imagine at this particular stage, DC is sort of outranking. Correction, it is not. Yeah, plus 9 to hit is like... I guess this is more representative of the CR I actually want it to be, is like 16, 17 DC, so we'll stick with that for now. Oh, I know how I can maybe... let's give this thing... skills. And damage resistance. Let's make it resistant to psychic. Deception. Plus 10. Plus 7. Let's give it good perception too, why not? Oh, perfect. Right, I didn't even notice it had done that. Damage resistances. Psychic. Right, sweet. There we go. Right. Oh. Shit. God damn it. I thought I'd solved it, but I had not solved it. There we go. That's fine. That'll do. Alright, back to CR testing. So, lash, that's 29. And then... Oh, I forgot to... Oh, wrong number. 28, not 29. I'll just be the calculator over here so it's not in the way. It's about 40 damage. That's really not a lot. Yeah, that really isn't that much. Let's go like this then. Let's go like 35. Yeah, is there a swallow marked on here? No. Let's up the damage here a bit. Let's go 3d10 plus 4, so that's 16, that's 20. So 60, yeah, it's 60 damage. That's about 64 damage on average per round. There we go. 64. Yeah, that is. It puts it in the CR10 bracket. Excellent. It's exactly what we wanted. Big, good stuff. Yeah, I got a headache. Christ. Should this thing have like magic resistance or something? I feel like we're in this sort of CR zone where it could feasibly have it. Oh, Christ. I have to like not make a noise. Or something I've mastered of sneezing is just making no sound. Oh. Do I give this thing magic resistance? Let's give it a go. Oh, I forgot to actually put in. Okay. Whoops. Probably shouldn't have done that so close to the mic. It was probably very unpleasant, but oh well. Right. Magic resistance. It's large. Let's go 15. No. 21. Yes. Let's try 22. Or 20. Yeah, 20. 22. Perfect. D10, which that's 88. Sweet. That's cool. I like this thing a lot. This is fun. It's a fun monster. And the final Cortex bloom. Final Cortex bloom. What do I? How much time I got left? It is 20 past 4. I think I might stop here and save this for tomorrow, and do, because I have a game to prepare for tonight. I have some other bits to do as well, and I want to like go out for a bit in like an hour and just go for a walk. I didn't leave my house yesterday. I say that like that's not a common occurrence. That's a multiple times a week occurrence where I don't leave my fucking house. But yeah, I want to go out in like 40 minutes, and I have some stuff I need to do in the meantime, so I should probably stop here. I will, however, sort of do a very, very basic outline of what I want this monster to be before I go, so I have something to sort of come back to tomorrow. And I'm going to endeavour, if I can, to do some work on this book again tonight, because at the moment I have like some work for my home game going on. I have some editing I need to be doing, and I need to obviously write spellbook for tomorrow as well, but that's not really too big of a deal. The spellbook for today I'm going to put up after the stream. It's just for the spell light, and it was I expected it to be a really boring write, but it was actually quite interesting to sort of write about. It's not super long, but it was interesting to be like, oh yeah, Light is actually really good. I was sort of going to go in and just sort of generically give it a 4 because it's Light. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's decent. But no, Light is actually really great. And I discovered something new about Light as well. There's a second paragraph to Light that I'd literally never seen or read before, or never sort of registered that it was a different ability that it has, and it's actually quite good if you extrapolate on what it would do a bit. It's one of those, but yeah. So I have sort of two options. I could make this thing. I could just make it like a big Cortex guy. Oh shit. Or I can make it a named monster. I did one of those in Gollum. I forget what it's called, but it was the. Hang on, I think I have Gollum to hand. I think I have Gollum to hand. Of course I fucking do. What am I talking about? Hang on, I'll just show you guys Gollum, because you watch me fucking write it, so... There you go, here's Gollum. Another collector. Yeah, Collector Prime. There was one specifically named legendary monster. There were lots of, legendary creatures in the book, but Collector Prime was the only... I really should have made lair actions for this guy now that I think about it, but oh well. It still looks good without it. Or without them, even. Yeah, I really like the way this book turned out. It looks really great. But yeah, Collector Prime is sick as hell. I also managed to jam a very hackneyed version of Bleeding into here as well, so it was good. But yeah, the like I could do this, or I could just make the ideal that like the Mind Flayers made these plants to like infest worlds, and then they were like, oh god, they're developing an intelligence all their own. Oh no, they're starting to like assimilate us. Oh no. And I think that's very cool. I think that's very, very fun. What was all the shard? I forgot about the shardlings. They were really fun. I liked these things. I like the shardlings a lot. Yeah, I was very proud of Gollum. I was very. Or yeah, I could either do. I think I might do the generic one because I think it would be not quite as interesting to do. Collector Prime was like a cool monster I wanted to do because it was like, well, cadaver collectors, they're all kind of the same. They're all like beings of law. There's not going to be like a crazy hierarchy there. They just do one thing. So I was like, well, there's got to be one cadaver collector that's like above all the others. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna step that up because it's very cool. And nothing's stopping you from just like scrapping the lore and just using the stat block as is, right? So let's go Cortex. I might look for a brain term. And what is the most important part of the brain? Cortex medulla. Now that. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Cortex medulla. I'm going to make it a huge plant. I might look for huge plant, bloom, neutral evil. Let's give this thing stats. It's 24. What is the intelligence of an elder brain? 21. Oh, it has a charisma of 24. Okay. Oh, I didn't make one that takes control of people. Fuck. I didn't make a Cortex bloom that takes control of you. Shit. That was one of the things I wanted to do. Fuck. So the problem I now have is if I make one, I kind of need to make another one as well. And it's like, I don't really have the means of doing that. And I don't want to just put two like wide blocks on the same page because they just look kind of bad when you do that. They look so jammed in. Let me make sure I didn't do it. Because if I did it in Gollum, it's, you know, justification. I can do it maybe once in this book. But it's like, I don't want to do it because it just generally looks kind of bad. And I don't think I've done it at all. No, I've not done it even once in here. That might be what I toy around with tonight, is I might look at making some more Cortex blooms tonight. Because the fact that there isn't one that takes control of you with its mind spore is a crime. There should definitely be one that does that. Maybe the Cortex like medulla does it, but I kind of wanted a generic one that does that, you know? That was more interesting. Right, so int plus. Yes. Int plus 12, wiz plus 10. Give them charisma plus 9. Okay, deception plus 15. Insight plus 10. Oh, I didn't put in unusual nature. That should be I'll fix that now. Give me a sec. Oh, but shit. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Text medulla. Right. Languages. Two miles. I believe the Eulithrid has that. Yeah, it does. That's very funny. Its Psychic Lash does not have a reach of 2 miles, just to be clear. That would be incredibly funny. But it sadly is not the case. I will not also give it 2 miles of blinds. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. That's what we're doing. 2 miles of blind sight, baby. Let's go. This thing is acutely aware of every inch of movement that occurs within a 2-mile radius around it. That is the funniest thing in the world. Holy shit. I mean, it has creature sense anyway, but like... I'm gonna maybe like... Let me just put in a... I was gonna put that in red there, just to highlight and maybe make me change it later. But for now, it's too funny not to change, or not to keep like that, because that is hilarious. And it has 20 passive perception, because of course it does. Right. Let's go 18. Right. Okay. I'm actually going to stop there. I will stat this thing up tomorrow. Like, give it attacks and legendary actions and the sort. I will either try and work on more Cortex blooms tonight, or I'll save those for tomorrow's stream as well. Tomorrow should be a lot longer. I will probably start... I'll try and start at around 2, and I will probably just go until like 6 o'clock if I can. Certainly like around then anyway, because I want to get as much done as I can. I want to get as much sort of... I want to get as many ideas to paper in that time as I can. I need to do... So left on my list is the Kelpie, new Myconids, which I may well scrap, new Woodwoads, which I do still want to at least try and do. There's the big guy, finishing the Cortexes, and making evil Myconids. That's a big one I want to do, is you know, the inversion of Myconids. Maybe base them on like a different kind of fungus or something like that. I don't know. I've already done with my Cordyceps creature, but I'm sure I can come up with something else, right? But yeah, I like the Cortex blooms a lot. Spending like 2 hours designing like 2 and a bit of them has honestly been fully worth my time. I absolutely adore these things. I think they're cool as fuck. I'm 100% going to be using them in a campaign at some point in the future, because they are incredibly cool. But yeah, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to head off now. Because I got to post spellbook, I got to go do some other bits and pieces, and I want to go out before I run my game. I also got to cook as well. But yeah, hope folks enjoyed themselves. I should, all going well, I should be back tomorrow sometime, hopefully sort of between 2 and 3 GMT. Clocks haven't gone forward yet. I think that's next Sunday. But yeah, I'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow. See ya.